Okay, so I'm live. So right now, what I'm going to talk about is two advanced tactics for people who are trying to cope with being gang stalked. These two tactics are used for when you cannot necessarily ignore the people or the things that they're using to gang stalk you. So I'm going to give you two advanced tactics. When you can't ignore what's going on around you, you have to face it and you have to deal with it. Okay, so the first one is going to be, say there's some type of object or some type of word that they're using that's triggering you, and you personally know that this is the word or the object that they're using to trigger you because you've experienced something that it's related to. Basically, what you do is you kind of accept it and you realize that they are investing so much time. I must be somebody because they're investing so much time to put these signs and these triggers out there for me to see. So it's like you kind of just laugh at it because it's like, wow, you're really putting in a lot of work to disturb me. Like you recognize that. You see that as like um kind of like a good thing. If the devil is working that hard to get to you, then you got to be on some type of status that the devil feels like he has to constantly target you. Now, I'm not saying that if that goes away, that you're not as important. Maybe there's more that you have conquered. It depends on how you think of it and your perspective and where you are in life. But one way to help you get through it is just to know that it's something about you that they want to stop and disturb and distract so much that they're willing to put so much time, rain, and thunder, heat, anything to get your attention off of whatever it is that you're thinking about that's super positive or super successful, and to now think about them. There's gotta be something that's good underneath all of this. Why would you, or something that they're super intimidated and scared of that they have to distract you. So you use that knowledge, knowing that there's something about you. There's something about the plan or the what you have going on that's successful that these people cannot stop bothering you. Because they say people don't waste time with people who ain't no interest in it. So it's something of value that you have, whether you know it or you have not discovered it yet, that these people are trying to target and make sure you never can get to it. That's one way of coping with it, just knowing that. And it's advanced because it takes an effort to do that, opposed to just automatically getting upset. And with that advanced tactic, you're more prone to not feeling as negative about it and not getting as frustrated about it as you would just naturally being like, seeing what they're doing and it's just pissing you off, and you're not flipping it into something that's positive for you. That's the first advanced tactic, and they're advanced tactics for a reason. I call them advanced tactics because they deserve that title. And also, the second one that I know a lot of people aren't going to like is, to me, an advanced tactic. And that is going to therapy or speaking to somebody that's a professional. Pick one that you like. If you don't like that one, go to another, because you need to be documenting it on YouTube is great. But if you ever get the chance to just go to a therapist or a doctor or somebody, a therapist, a counselor, a group of people, a community group, something that is for people like you, or just your own personal therapist or helper, and let them know I'm recommending a professional and letting them know some of the things that are going on And you know you're getting to a higher level of a professional when they start telling you to do certain things about it. There are things that you can do about it, and they're helping you take steps. You want that documentation too, because you don't have to say, I'm crazy, I need medication, all this. Just let them know what you're going through. So if anything ever does happen, it shows that you took the initiative to get help, and that you use more than one form of documentation to show that, hey, I'm suffering, these people are doing something to me, and somebody else can be a witness or a testimony to some of the things that you're going through. And say it in a professional way and get your point across where you can be understood, so that you don't have to go in there with all your emotions. I think sometimes it is good to show your emotions because you're a real person. But with them, it's a peaceful place. It's a good place. It's supposed to be. Sometimes there's some gang stalking involved with that as well. I can agree with that. When you go to people that some people have recommended you to, and you don't go in the spur of the moment, right on the dot, where nobody knows. Once you put it down on a piece of paper, you make phone calls, and you haven't gotten to that person yet, there is room for people to start their gang stalking rally. So if you could just go to a place on the spur of the moment, or as quickly as possible, so it doesn't give these gang stalking people the time to step in and try to ruin your reputation with these people before you get there, then that would be the ideal situation to be in, so that you don't get there and you see, oh wow, this is already a gang stalking setup. But if you do see that, I still recommend you try to do that until you find somebody better, or just don't do that and find somebody better, and let the new people know that what you're looking for is somebody that you don't feel like is involved, listening, watching your conversations, and making you feel as if they already know everything before you even come in there. You want a chance to tell your own story and to say what's going on without feeling like somebody else is intervening and trying to tell your story for you, and trying to get a hands up in talking about who you are before they get a chance to get to know you. So I think those are two advanced tactics. There's other tactics that you could use, but these are powerful tactics that do work in a sense. I'm not going to say that it's going to stop your gang stalking. It's just going to help you get through it more easily on a daily basis. It's going to you're going to be able to find some positive way of getting rid of these emotions and feelings that they're kind of trying to force upon you. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. I can't explain what it is, why, but all I can say is the devil be after people, and they really be after them for some crazy, weird reasons. It's usually because they did something wrong, and they don't want you to be able to cope and make it through because you have a testimony, and you have witnessed certain things that they are trying to hide. So they're going to try to do things to disrupt your daily activities, and that's where they try to make it a mental illness for you, because a mental illness is usually considered anything that disrupts your ordinary day or disrupts you from your daily activities. So if these people are putting their sickness upon you by disrupting you in such ways, then they're sick, they're ill, they have a problem, but now they're putting that on you. So you're also going to have a problem. Not a problem that you caused, but a problem that they're causing. Either way, they're causing a problem for you, and you need to be healthy. You need to be able to take care of yourself. And you need to point out these people's sicknesses to other people, because they're going to try to do this to other people too. Once they're done using you, or when they're taking a break from doing it to you, they're probably doing it to other people. You need to expose these people for what they're doing. It's not right. And you also, they're making your job harder in life because it's not something that you can necessarily ignore. It's not something that you can ignore. You're not even supposed to ignore it. You're supposed to acknowledge it and find solutions. You have to stay healthy. It is not right for somebody to try to stress you out. It is not right for someone to put you in an unhealthy state. It is not right for people to badger, butcher, and use you as a punching bag for their mental illness. It's not right. And it's not safe for you. And it's also not safe for the universe itself and the environment. If somebody's doing bad things to you in your neighborhood or at work or at school, they're making an unsafe environment for everybody. You need to expose these people. If they're doing it to you, yeah, you might be a strong person. You might have endured trauma for years and years and think that you've taken in the perfect training to defeat these people? Maybe so, but you know how much pain and stress that causes. There's going to be somebody who encounters that and they're not ready for it. They can't cope with it. And those are the kids who bomb schools up. Those are the kids who go in neighborhoods with machetes and start killing everybody. That's why it's important for you to expose people that are gang stalking you because they're going to be trying to do it to other people. And some of those people, they cope with things in an uncopable way. It's not coping, it's making the situation even more and more worse. Their reaction is, out of this world. There's smart kids who have been known to bring guns to school. Those kids, 99.9% of the time, were bullied by people, were ignored by teachers when they saw that students were bullying them. These things don't just happen. These are people who were humiliated in front of people over and over and over and over again. You're not going to become that statistic, but make sure that you can decrease the amount of people who will ever become that statistic. This is real stuff. That's how gang stalking became a federal crime because they found out that some of these people who were blowing up people and blowing up buildings and having massive shootouts were kids and grown people who were victims of being bullied and harassed repeatedly. Also, at a job place, like I said, if it's happening to you, God is probably using you to expose that because there's somebody else who can't verbalize what they're going through. They don't believe that anybody would believe them. They're afraid that people are going to say they're insane, that they're crazy, that they're a maniac, and they're going to do something outrageous. And God forbid it be somebody that you love in that building that happens in, if that ever were to happen. So that's why I think that people should continue to fight for people who are being gang stalked and should continue to speak up about gang stalking because it is a very, very dangerous situation. And some of these people that they're gang stalking are very intelligent people. There are also some very emotionally alert people. They're usually people who are well disciplined, but like I said, if they get used to doing it to you, you never know who they're going to do it to next. And those people don't have that same discipline. And nobody should, discipline or not, nobody should put up with that. Nobody. It doesn't exist. Your tolerance for it should be zero. And you should fight back every minute, every time that you can possibly get against these people. If you can make a police report about them, make one because I guarantee you they probably make fake ones about you. Do whatever you can. YouTube is a start. But these people, we have to get these people out of here. Out of here. They got to go. They got to go to jail. They got to get out of here. They got to get out of this universe messing with people. And I'm not talking about killing them, but the demons in them have got to be removed. I'm sorry. They have, if they cannot be removed, they have to be exposed People need to be watching them. It needs to be reversed. The people watching you, people need to be watching those people. And that's the truth. They're flipping it around. And that's the whole trick of the whole thing. You got to turn the tables back around the right direction. They need to be watching them. So that's pretty much all that I have to say. Keep fighting and keep making your point. Let your voice be heard and put the focus on the gang stalkers and 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 then let your light continue to shine. Shine your light on their darkness. Expose them. It's nothing wrong with exposing. It's not snitching. God said everything done under the sun will come to light. You're supposed to. You're supposed to expose these people. It is the right thing to do for the whole entire universe. You are saving people by exposing these people. And if people can't recognize that and they're not intelligent enough with psychology and they're novices to this type of thing, you're the only one who's experienced it. You know the most. Just keep telling your story. Everybody's not intelligent. Everybody's not psychologically able. Everybody's not allowed to see. Some people have demons in them that keep them blind. So when it's like pretty obvious that these people are messing with you and it's obvious that these people are mentally ill, somebody will be standing there who you think is a professional like a doorknob acting like they don't see anything. It could be all type of smoke in the air and they can't smell shit. You be the eyes, you be the testimony, you be the story, and God forbid anything ever happen. I will see you guys later.